reminding you all in EU League, you play best of one with no overtime. So there is a potential tie where both teams will get 1 point at the end of the day. And we're going to see our first consulate in EU League.
Virtus.Pro had Consulate as one of the most banned maps against them in Pro League Season 11 back when they were 4s, and it's one of the only maps that they actually had more wins than they did losses on.
So actually there is a roam setup here across all 3 floors, despite being down to just 4 men left on side. They aren't afraid to go and challenge, and that is definitely a very bold challenge from Rask. The Shinka will say, no, 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 no. I might be on 3 HP, but you, sir, are dead.
Well, Shinko can't forget that back in the first playday, he was the most impressive player on Tempra. He ended up with a 1.55 rating and doing very well, but he's going to be sent straight into the ground by Pasha, who wants to get his revenge on him. So if that breach charge manages to deal damage here onto Pasha, then could be pretty dangerous, because that would also provide a much more clear route in to be able to get into Piano. But it looks like that's not going to be what's going to happen. Can he get the shot? Not quite. Tempra, P4, sorry, is putting down the Diffuser, but Virtus.Pro can win out purely from eliminations, Des. And I said that I had my doubts at the beginning, but evidently they want to prove me wrong.
Really good setup coming out of the side of Virtus.Pro.
Well, in go the flashes to clear out those ADS, but it's going to be P4 who's the first to fall. This was one of those players we wanted to show up a bit, but WTG does get traded out, so that's certainly a good thing here for Tempra. You can hear those gridlock tracks being placed down as the control starts to come out. And there's the Diffuser. Chaos is putting it down. He's, of course, on quite low HP, so if he can be caught out, that would be huge for VP, but he's not going to be. Now they're in the post-plant situation, and just 3 remaining members here on VP make that 2, as Shockwave is bleeding out, and so much of the responsibility here is on Rask. He's not going to survive it out, and Tempra managed to take their first round.
Oh, it was a team down as well. Oh, heartbreak there as well. Like, okay, it wasn't a kill, but you're still... Such as the incredibly strong roam control coming out of them with the Nomad and the Gridlock. The other side of it, of course, is that we've seen a lot of spawn peaks coming out of the side of Virtus.Pro so far.
Void's going to be going down as well. That puts it in the 4 versus 4, so at least some things have turned it back around somewhat in their favor, but it's not going to be enough just that on its own. DEFUSER taking a decent amount of damage there from Yellow Stairs. And now he's got to be careful, but it's okay. P4 has got his back, and Shockwave's going to go down. But 2 following up on Tempra, that leaves just 2 of them remaining. Looks like Virtus.Pro aren't going to rush in. They want to wait until they can get this post-plant situation to start to move in. But with WTG going down, it could look like, actually, this could go to Tempra. P4 just has to hold his own, and there we go. 1 kill. All he has to get now is a mission.
He has pulled off the back of that one. There we go. All it's going to take is a few pistol shots through. They've come to hope on this one. Try and spray him through the floor, and he will find him with a headshot through the floor. That's pretty good, to be fair. I don't think I've ever seen a one-tap headshot coming out of the back of that one. It took a couple of alignment shots to connect.
The Gridlock Stingers to try and control the area that Virtus.Pro actually have available to them to make their move.
It's again the fact that there are no real drone opportunities here with a lot of jammers going down. Shockwave finds one, Pasha finds a triple kill in this round. It's round 1 all over again. This guy finding a single kill with a gun, then getting a C4 kill, then another gun kill later on.
Is he going to go for anything? Because that will require him to move forward. No, he's just going to let the time run out.
But now they found themselves a couple of picks. They know they've got this numbers advantage to try and play around trades, and if they so choose to, can just try and go for a play directly into site, because they now know that meeting is clear and no one can play there. It's all for them. It's going to be DEFUSER finding a kill from below of all places. They're playing above, they're playing below, but it turns out Tempra just don't care about the actual ground floor itself.
No, because they haven't had to. Emission's going to be able to get a kill there onto Void, but he wasn't one of the more showy members of Tempra so far. So able to just clean things up is Tempra. And I think it was really a testament to how much pressure that they were putting onto Virtus.Pro. They're going to have to clear out this top 4 somehow. Unless they decide they're just going to push on in and be aggressive and not worry where the defenders are, is something I would recommend. If you don't know where they placed are on the top 4, that's going to be really difficult. Pasha is able to get a shot there onto DEFUSER, who will no longer be able to provide that same kind of threat he did in the last round. He just has to try and get rid of them and hold this angle as best he can. Another down for the side of Tempra, which is pretty disgusting here from Pasha. He shouldn't be allowed to be getting this, but P4, he's going to say, well, you can do that, we can do it better. WTG starting to move on in here to Piano, and he's going to be looking to make that defuse if he can, but not going to know where Shinka is. And that means that Tempra, they secure that last kill and for themselves the round.
Wow.
We're over halfway through the round, and most of them are still just hanging out outside. Like, guys, you're on attack, you gotta do something. Well, when they attempt, Chaos is able to shut that down. A second by Shinka. There's less than a minute.
Sorry. It's wild that no one was on Skylight to watch Chaos push up the stairs and then get that free kill as someone tried to push in. It was a bit of miscommunication, as that one arguably was from the side of Tempra, but Voy is there to get the trade.
20 seconds remaining. Out comes some shots from Voy, but it's going to be WTG who goes down. Chaos is suffering to the C4, and that leaves a mission on his own. Going up against just 2 members here of Tempra. Shinka will be falling. Voy, he's the only one left. They know he's here on yellow stairs. Is a mission going to be able to do it? He's really low HP, but it's just a chasing game and time runs out. A nice little punch there. If Tempra can figure out where they are, then this could be a little bit of a bloodbath. DEFUSER's trying to start things off to get that going, but it's actually going to be him who's falling first in this engagement. The DEFUSER has been able to be planted, so now all Virtus.Pro have to do is clean up, and that is what they're able to do. Thank God, some hope, some light at the end of the tunnel for them, as the Russians still stand. So far, nothing has been achieved there, but if he can actually distract them, that could give the option, but he is going to be traded out as he brings down P4, and that hasn't been as sufficient a distraction as possible. But heading down the DEFUSER, Virtus.Pro, how are you able to do that, is saying Tempra, because they thought they had everything, and that distraction clearly did provide quite a lot. Now suddenly they're all going on this. They want to get P4. Pack is going to be going down. Okay, that's a good start. Mission's the only one left remaining. If he can be brought down, then Tempra should have an easy job of being able to defuse this, but they have to figure out where he is. Starting to close in. Mission's going to be getting the first shot there. But Shinka is going for the defuse while this is happening. There's not really all that much a Mission can do. And while he goes down, the disable is going to be going on as well. And Tempra...
Plant is going down here, but time is running low. He might have to stand up and try and contest this one. He will try and do so and will win one of them. But can he win the 1 versus 2 against the Doc with all that long range? And again, a C4 potentially coming in from below. As it stands right now, no point need. Both sides are just waiting because they know the clock is their friend right now. They haven't got to peek anything. They'll try and push in, see what they can find. We'll be able to maybe win 1 here. Yes or no, it's a dance around the bomb. He wins 1, but all we're going to have to see from Shinka is wait for this clock to hit 0. He can come in from the contest here, and assuming he hits the shot, this is done. But I don't think he'll have time right now. This could be WTG with a massive clutch for them. It's a 1 versus 1, and 40 seconds on that clock gives a lot of time for dancing.
Well, he knows where he is, and there we go. It doesn't really take much to shoot through the desk. Okay, all right. We get it, Shinka. We get it, and he's going to get that defused. A very comfortable 7-3 victory, and Virtus.Pro getting their 2nd loss of the new season.
It was really tough because they just didn't look ready to deal with some of the pace coming out of the side of Tempra. Being inside sights in 60 seconds at the start of the round, you should be able to anticipate that. And whether there's a bit of adaptation to come through and say, right, they did it once, let's reinforce a hatch. Or if they're swinging all around windows and you can't deal with the pace at which they're moving up and down floors between windows, just slow things down and play a bit deeper inside the site, guys. Like, it was really tough to deal with that, I think, coming out of them. And Tempra today...